Khmer temple architecture, from Bakong to Angkor Wat, the evolution of architectural styles. Introduction, stones of devotion, spires of power. Imagine colossal stone structures rising from dense jungles, intricate carvings whispering tales of gods and kings, and monumental temple mountains reaching for the heavens. This is the awe-inspiring legacy of Khmer temple architecture, a distinctive art form that flourished for over 6 centuries in what is now Cambodia. More than mere places of worship, these temples were microcosms of the Hindu universe, symbols of royal power, and eternal homes for deified monarchs. From the early brick sanctuaries of the pre-Angkorian era to the majestic sandstone triumph of Angkor Wat, Khmer architecture underwent a fascinating evolution. Each period, driven by new kings and changing spiritual beliefs, contributed unique elements, culminating in some of the world's most recognizable architectural masterpieces. Join us as we journey through time, tracing the development of Khmer temple styles from the foundational Bakong to the unparalleled grandeur of Angkor Wat. Chapter 1, Early Expressions, the Foundations of Khmer Style. Before the grand scale of Angkor Wat, Khmer builders laid the groundwork for their distinctive style, drawing inspiration from Indian forms while developing their own unique interpretations. Pre-Angkorian period. Materials. Early temples were predominantly built of brick, often covered with stucco for intricate carvings. Laterite was used for foundations and hidden core structures. Sandstone was used sparingly, mostly for doorways, lintels, and columns. Form. Temples were generally smaller, individual sanctuaries, often square or octagonal, featuring a single tower. They frequently stood on a low brick base. Examples. Sambor Pre Kuk, capital of the Chenla Kingdom, it showcases early temple clusters, often with circular or octagonal towers. Lintels here begin to exhibit distinct Khmer iconography. Priya Ko, located in the Raluos group, it's a key example of the early Angkorian period, still primarily brick. It features 6 towers arranged in 2 rows, dedicated to royal ancestors. Its stucco work is particularly noteworthy for its detail and vibrancy. The dawn of the Temple Mountain. Bakong, built by King Indravarman I, Bakong is historically significant as the first large-scale sandstone temple mountain at Angkor. Temple Mountain concept. This pyramidal, stepped pyramid design was a symbolic representation of Mount Meru, the mythical home of the gods, establishing a central architectural principle for future state temples. The layers represent different cosmic realms. Materials. While still using brick for subsidiary structures, Bakong made extensive use of sandstone for its 5 tiers, marking a crucial shift in construction material. Layout. It features concentric enclosures, moats, and a central sanctuary on top of the pyramid, accessed by steep staircases. Subsidiary brick towers often surrounded the central pyramid at its base. Innovation. Bakong introduced the concept of the axial causeway with guardian nagas, a feature that would become iconic in later temples. Bakong's emergence marked a critical transition, moving towards more ambitious and symbolically profound stone constructions that mirrored the cosmic order and the king's divine authority. Chapter 2, The Classical Apex, Harmony, Scale, and Narrative. The architectural achievements of the late 11th and early 12th centuries, culminating in Angkor Wat, represent the pinnacle of classical Khmer style. This era saw an unmatched mastery of sandstone and an unparalleled integration of religious narrative into architectural form. Baphuan style. Example, the Baphuan Temple, built by Udayadachivarman II, is another massive temple mountain built primarily of sandstone. It aimed to surpass earlier structures in scale, though its construction led to structural instability due to its sheer size. It features extensive bas-reliefs, marking an increasing prominence of carved narrative. The Angkor Wat style. Angkor Wat, built by King Suryavarman II, Angkor Wat is the quintessential example of classical Khmer architecture and the largest religious monument in the world. Integration of forms. It uniquely combines the Temple Mountain concept with the sophisticated galleried temple plan. Orientation. Unlike most Khmer temples, which face east, Angkor Wat faces west, a characteristic believed to be related to its dedication to Vishnu, and possibly its function as a funerary temple for the king. Symmetry and harmony. The temple is renowned for its perfect symmetry and harmonious proportions. It consists of 3 concentric galleries, each rising to a higher level, culminating in 5 lotus bud-shaped towers, representing the 5 peaks of Mount Meru. Materials and engineering, built almost entirely of precisely cut sandstone blocks, using dry masonry techniques. The scale of the construction and the precision of its alignment with astronomical events are astounding. Bas-reliefs. Angkor Wat is famous for its nearly 2,000 square meters of elaborate bas-reliefs adorning the walls of the outer and inner galleries. These narratives depict scenes from Hindu epics, historical events like Suryavarman II's army, and celestial beings. They serve not just as decoration but as a comprehensive visual scripture. Iconography. Dedicated to Vishnu, the temple's iconography reflects Vaishnavite themes, a departure from the predominantly Shaivite focus of earlier temples. Angkor Wat represents the height of Khmer artistic, engineering, and symbolic expression, a complex where architecture, sculpture, and religious belief coalesce into a breathtaking whole. Chapter 3, Later Styles and Divergence. Following Angkor Wat, Khmer architecture continued to evolve, particularly under the Buddhist king Jayavarman VII, leading to a more ornate and introspective style. Bayon style. Jayavarman VII's vision. This style is synonymous with the reign of King Jayavarman VII, a devout Mahayana Buddhist. His numerous constructions, including Angkor Thom and its central Bayon temple, reflected a shift towards Buddhist iconography and a more elaborate, almost Baroque, aesthetic. Face towers. The defining feature of the Bayon style is the proliferation of enormous, serene, smiling faces carved onto the multi-tiered towers. These faces, believed to represent Avalokiteshvara and/or Jayavarman VII himself, gaze out in the cardinal directions, symbolizing the king's omnipresence. Crowded bas-reliefs. Bas-reliefs continue to be a prominent feature, but they became more crowded and depicted not only religious scenes but also scenes of daily life, battles, and historical events in a more fluid, less formal style. Materials. While sandstone remained dominant, the sheer volume of construction led to a less precise, often more hastily executed masonry compared to Angkor Wat. Examples. Bayon, the state temple of Angkor Thom, famous for its numerous face towers and extensive, often chaotic, bas-reliefs. Ta Prohm and Priya Khan. These monastic complexes exemplify the Bayon style's integration with nature, often left partially overgrown with massive tree roots intertwining with the stone structures, creating a romantic, ruinous aesthetic. They also feature extensive galleries and elaborate carvings. Consequences and decline. The intense building program of Jayavarman VII, while creating magnificent structures, may have strained the empire's resources. Following his reign, and with the rise of Theravada Buddhism as the dominant religion, the tradition of monumental temple construction gradually declined. Later temples were smaller, built of perishable materials, or adaptations of existing structures. The shift from Hinduism to Theravada Buddhism meant a change in patronage and religious focus, moving away from the highly centralized God-King temple mountains towards more community-oriented monasteries. Conclusion: an enduring legacy in stone. From the modest brick sanctuaries of the pre-Angkorian era to the groundbreaking Temple Mountain of Bakong, and ultimately to the awe-inspiring perfection of Angkor Wat and the spiritual grandeur of the Bayon, Khmer temple architecture stands as a testament to a civilization's profound connection to its faith and its rulers. The evolution of these architectural styles reflects a continuous journey of innovation, a deepening understanding of materials, and a shifting ideological landscape. Each period left its indelible mark, contributing to a collective heritage that continues to mesmerize and inspire. The temples of Angkor are not just ancient ruins, they are living testaments to an extraordinary human civilization, etched in stone for eternity. What Khmer temple style do you find most captivating, and why? Share your thoughts in the comments below.